In 1954, the infamous Supreme Court case, Brown versus the Board of Education, ruled that all schools must become integrated. However, Clemson University in 1963 remained a segregated college due to the strong racial tensions that were heavily ingrained in the South. Little did Clemson know that this year would be the last year that statement would prove to be true. A man named Harvey B. Gantt changed Clemson forever.
Charleston native Harvey B. Gantt was born in 1943. Gantt attended Iowa State University in 1961, his freshman year, because Clemson was still a racially segregated university. The state of South Carolina paid $150 per quarter for Gantt to attend Iowa State instead of Clemson. However, after finishing his freshman year, he decided to return back to South Carolina.
After returning to South Carolina, he applied to Clemson University, but Gantt was denied. Clemson claimed Gantt's denial was because of missing information in his transcript, but this was an excuse to continue segregation at the university. Gantt sued the university, and eventually the lawsuit reached the level of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of Gantt, forcing Clemson to repeal the previous decision and admit him into their School of Architecture. Gantt being the first African American to ever be accepted into Clemson, ending the era of racial segregation at Clemson University.
Gantt graduated in 1965 as an honors graduate with a bachelor's degree in architecture. Following his Clemson education, Gantt earned his master's at Massachusetts Institution of Technology. After earning his final degree of education, he then partnered with the civil rights activist Floyd B. McKissick in 1971 to design Soul City, North Carolina. This city was made to be an experimental interracial community. Gantt is also a notable politician. His career began in 1974 when he was appointed to the Charlotte City Council, where he was the only African American to hold the title. This role in City Council eventually led to his nomination to be Charlotte's Democratic candidate for mayor in 1983. Gantt was elected as the first and only African American mayor of Charlotte thus far. Today, Gantt manages a successful architectural firm and still remains politically active.
While segregation may seem like a distant past, this only happened 45 years ago, and Gantt is now 75 years old and still adding to his extensive legacy. The Gantt Multicultural Center, located on the third floor of Brackett Hall, now serves as the center of creating a diverse learning environment for all Clemson students. Its goal is to serve as a resource to the student body that cultivates vibrant and socially just communities. Due to Gantt's bravery and motivation to be the change he seeked in this world, the Gantt Multicultural Center now has the opportunity to give those who are marginalized a voice.
Learning about Harvey B. Gantt is simply a small part of our school's history. However, learning about this small part teaches students that change can begin with one person. Gantt showed us that our voice truly does matter in this ever-changing world. It is important to have school pride and be proud of where we embark on our journey of education, but we should not blindly follow a school we love so much. Knowing its history and the principles that Clemson was founded upon allows us to understand where we came from and prevent history from repeating